Okay guys, it's time for the 12th mega token here in Hell's Kitchen. It's Gordon's Elite Chef. I've got the link to the game in the description below. Make sure you get all the 11 tokens before you try to get this one. So we're going to join the game. As soon as we join the game, we're going to go and we're going to play just the main game. So you go and you stand in that circle. You have to have at least 5 players in there in order for a round to start. So first thing we're going to do is, as soon as we start, we're going to turn around and look at the ceiling. You guys see the ceiling up there? There's a pattern up there in the ceiling, and it's going to be different for everybody. And just basically, this is the angle that you want to look at it from. So I've got the 4 at the top that are black, and then the 4 along the whole left column that are black, and just like copy that down, and then you can just end the game. Like, don't even finish the round, just end the game, start a whole new game, and that is going to be your code. That stuff shouldn't change. We're gonna come over here, and this is the basement area. So we're going to come around from the lobby area to the basement area, and we've got this thing right here, and we're going to switch these lights on and off so we can match the pattern that we saw from that angle on the ceiling. So this is exactly what it looked like. I had to kind of write this down, do like a 4x4, and just do that, and kind of do X's so you know the places where you need to, turn them dark. And then once you turn it dark correctly, then you're going to be transported to this area right here where you get to do a little bit of parkour. So it's fairly simple parkour, so you just have to go through here. Don't land in the green stuff, but if you do land in the green stuff, it's okay. It'll kind of start you just right at the beginning of the obby. So over here for this one, don't try to jump across over there. There's a little ledge over here, and then that's going to take you over to this end, and then that will start you on this part of the obby. So yeah, don't just try to jump straight out there from the very beginning, because you're just going to die. And then we're going to just I almost died right there. Anyways, we make it to this vent. Now it says the quest is find the 4 recipe scraps. So we get to just like reset the game again and find the recipe scraps. So over here, there's a couple of different recipe scraps. There's one back there. We're going to grab that one last. First, we're going to go into the game, and we're going to, in the beginning, right before the game, there's this little area right here, and there's a couple of recipe scraps right here. So first one we're going to do is we're going to go up here to the top, and we're going to grab this, which is the recipe scrap that we're going to find in the lobby in the beginning of the game. So also now, once the game actually starts and we're playing the game, there's going to be another recipe scrap over here in the corner of the kitchen. So now we're going to just go through and we're going to finish making whatever the recipe is and try to make it before the time is over. So we're going to finish that. Now, once we've finished making the recipe and we've got the time, you see we have our pre-service done. We've still got 40 seconds. We're going to go back over here, and behind this bar, we're going to find the 3rd scrap of the recipe. So we've got 3 out of 4 of the recipe scraps. So now we're just going to reset and go back to the very beginning where we were. And you see over on the opposite side, over there, beyond the fiery mountains and bridges, we will find the 4th scrap of the recipe right there. So now we've got the recipe that was taken away from the basement. So now that we have the recipe, we have to prove ourselves by going and cooking the recipe, but doing it to perfection. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back into the game and play, and we have to basically go through the first round and just survive the first round. So you don't have to get over 130, you don't have to get over a certain score. You just go through, and if you're practicing the beef Wellington, that's great. It gives you a chance to practice the beef Wellington. Just remember, for the beef Wellington, you go to the fridge, you chop, you mix, oven, chop, assemble. So just remember, like, that's the order that you go through for the beef Wellington. You can see we're going through it right now. We're going through the last part, which is the assemble. So just remember, like, you got to do this fast for the second round. Okay, so we've survived the first round. Now we're going to the second round. So the second round is when the food critic is here. So now we have to do this perfectly. We have to go to the fridge. We have to grab this stuff really, really fast. We have to go straight to the chopping block, and we have to chop that stuff really fast. Then we need to go to the mixing thing. We need to mix super duper fast. We need to go to the oven. We need to cook really fast. Now, when you're in the oven, you need to go to that thing and cook. Now, look on the bottom left on the beef Wellington. Wait until that's green, and then pull it out. That's it. You don't have to wait until the oven says anything. Just that thing on the bottom left, as soon as that's ready, you guys want to be pretty quick with this, and then go to the assembly. We're going to take the assembly over there to the food critics, and then we're going to deliver this to the food critic. Now we need to get a score of 130 or above. So now after we do get a score of 130 or above, it took me several tries to actually get it for myself. We're going to go back into the basement. So we're going here into the basement and inside the basement. Once we've got our score above 130, we're going to go back here, and this is apparently where we return the recipe. I don't know who this mysterious figure is. This is a new person. Anyways, so now after we've done that, we're going to go to the top here, and at the top there's just this thing. It just takes a minute to jump up there, and then we're going to go to the fuse breaker. We're going to interact with that, and now we've got the badge, and we've got the 12th token that we needed. So that's it, guys. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification, and thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.